Today we have a very good sunny morning and we're going to talk about metering, and that's metering on your camera. I'm a street photographer from Singapore and today I'm shooting street photography along Chinatown with my Leica M240. Right, metering on the camera doesn't really matter what camera you are using. So over the past many years, metering has always been part of your camera's feature. There is this multi-metering, you have the center metering, and you have the spot metering. So there is a difference between the multi center and spot and various kinds of metering. And what it does is basically taking the entire sensors of the camera, your camera, and selectively chose certain areas of the camera sensors to decide the exposure. So that is basically the basics of metering, and today I'm going to use center metering. I'm not going to use a entire area of the sensors for metering. I want to have a very selective way of metering the scene. Right, you can see that these buildings here, we have a certain patch of light that is bright, and there's a certain patch of the area that is in the shadow. So this is basically what you're going to achieve by metering on the selectively on the bright spot or the dark shadows. You can create a more dreamy, artistic, more deliberate and intentional shot of the scene that you wish to capture. So what I'm trying to achieve is, if I'm going to expose this scene on the white or the bright sunny patch of the wall, the rest of the areas in the shadow will be much darker. And if I'm going to expose my metering on the shadow part of the scene, then the white, the lighting, the sunlight will be on the high side, which is going to be probably overexposed. So depending on how you wish your pictures to look like, yeah, that metering really matters. So let's take this scene for example. I'll set my camera to aperture of f8. My ISO and shutter speed is all set to auto, just for convenience sake. Let's pick this place, this Starbucks over here. It's a very beautiful building, and you can notice that there is very bright sunlight casting on the Starbucks pillar, 星巴克, which is a Chinese translation of Starbucks. And I'm going to take this scene, and hopefully when I expose my camera sensors to the bright sunlight, the rest of the scene will be in the shadow, and hopefully this lady sitting at the bench desk there will be in underexposed or in the shadow. Right. So I'm going to show it on the screen, and this is what I've taken, one shot, and you can see on the screen right now the shot taken with the pillars correctly exposed, and the rest of the areas which in the shadow will be in darkness or in shadow. Okay, let's move on to another scene. How about this sky? This is the most challenging for many street photographers because the sky is bright, the building is white, and then you have people in the shadow. So right now I'm going to take one shot of the human subjects that are correctly exposed, and you're going to highly expose the skies. Basically it's going to be overexposed. Well, let's try this gentleman over here, and you can see that the scene is well exposed. So this is how selectively you choose your exposure metering on the certain part of the scenes to achieve the kind of mood, the kind of look that you wish. And it's going to be a very casual walk here in Chinatown. I've been here for many times, and I just really love this place. Check it out. This what is this? And so it's really early in the morning. It is about almost 9 in the morning, and we can see some gentlemen playing chess already and reading some newspapers. These folks come out almost every day, from day to night here, just to relax. So we're here at the temple, the Buddha tooth relics. There's really a lot of things to photograph here in Chinatown. And each time you come here, and each time I come here, there's something interesting to shoot. These some joysticks. We can take a picture of the joysticks. And because there's some backlight, there's some foreground light here, and the background is in a bit darkness. Okay, cool. We are here at Sago Street. Sago Street is historically been known as a street of death. There's been a lot of shop houses. They are dealing with the businesses of coffin funerals and stuff like that in olden days in Chinatown in Singapore. It has all definitely been renovated. There's no more ghosts around here. There's no more coffins around here. It's been made into a very beautiful street. But this is part of the history of Singapore in Sago Street. It's a big change here in Singapore after so many years, and right now, so beautiful. So we see a patch of light over here. It's a very interesting patch of light. It's a very narrow patch of sunlight, and I want to take a shot of a subject walking past. So I'm going to pre-focus, which is about here, and just wait for a subject to walk past. It has to be an interesting subject, of course, because I have the right to choose the subject today. And because everything on my camera has been set to pre-focus, there is no need for me to focus the camera anymore before I release the shutter button. So it's going to be a very quick one. There's a little chicken over here. Hopefully it gets into the scene and I can shoot the chicken instead. Right. I think it does. So you have a chicken in the sunlight, and I didn't say the subject has to be a human, right? So it's a subject of chicken. Okay, so hope you guys enjoy so far this photo walk. We're going to do some more, of course, because just a couple of pictures isn't satisfying. So let's say if you can do one more right here, and I think it just goes well. What do you think, man? You can leave your comments here in my video if you like any of the photos. So basically I'm going to walk through and just identify location where there is strong sunlight. So here is one spot where you can have very good sunlight. We're going to pick a scene that is more interesting besides the road. Let's take one in front where there is some colorful buildings as a background, and then we have hopefully get a nice subject walking past in the sunlight. I do start to see a patch of sunlight on the ground already. So yes, you can see the gentleman walking past. He's in the sunlight on his left. So the sunlight is coming from this area. Hopefully we can do a nice shot. We have a plant here, so maybe we can use that as a foreground and have the buildings in the background, and we can pre-focus this here. Let's try and take a still life photography, because I like the lamps over here and the desk, the table. So let's wait for the sun. It's out. Maybe this will be much better because it's right smack in the sun, and then we're going to focus this and then take a quick shot. See that? I'm going to focus my patch onto the well-lit part of the lamp cover. So it's going to be exposed to that lamp cover, and the rest of the scenes will be in the shadow, just like that. Then we can do more because look at the sun here, and whenever there's a sun there will be, of course, shadows, and that's how we can make use of the spot metering or the center weighted metering to our advantage to capture some very beautiful contrasty scenes. So if you've not tried this kind of style before, I truly urge you guys to try out, because it's really easy and the returns are immensely beautiful. So give it a try. And let's move on for the new locations here in Chinatown. One of my favorite locations actually, because of the pinkish wall and a very simple minimalist style of this wall with windows and a door. So if you check back my previous videos, I did some shots something like that, and hopefully today maybe we can try again, but I'm not sure if there will be anyone walking past, because just look around, there's nobody around here, it's an empty street. So maybe we can take a still life photography just for fun's sake. And okay, let's see. For this scene, I guess I'm going to make the walls correctly exposed, because I want the pink color to be in the photograph, and I'll disregard the windows because it's going to be very black and dark. I'll capture the door on this side and have that shadow of the roof showing up a little bit in the scene. Okay, so that. Right, today I'm shooting at an aperture of f8. That also gives me a lot of tolerance for zone focusing to get most of my shots in focus. If you open up your apertures wide, then there may be a chance that you may get out of focus because of shadow depth of field of the lens. The white chicken here. Hey chicken, I'm going to show a picture of you. Look here. Look here. Hey. Right, thank you. It's beautiful to have chickens around in this city area. Because of this black background and the white chicken, it almost looks like a surreal black and white photography, but with a red crown on the chicken. I will just wait here because I'm sure someone will be walking past this staircase. We've come to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoy this photo walk and learn something from me. That's great. If not, otherwise I hope this video is entertaining for you guys. So I'll see you again next week, next photo walk in Singapore.